So I just wanted to share this breakdown. I won't get too much into the finer details, but yeah, basically started off with my storyline. These are the storylines on the weekly areas that price could visit and react from. And my sentiment here was, like price could still, become bullish or bearish. But yeah, if we're looking at CRT, obviously we know that if price comes to hit here, we then start positioning for sales. So these are my key levels. And if I'm calculating price, I could put my one key level there. I mean, let me put my let me just make it a clean one. This to two. Okay, yeah, I think that should be fine. And then I'll come down to the 15. So pretty much just one price to come and tap me in here. Let me just do this 7K. Yeah, so let's see what ends up happening. Okay, price taps us in. Let me put my stop loss. Oh, you can see, like, at least it rejected off, but you can see why these key levels end up becoming important. Price comes into this area, rejects very nicely there, and then price falls all the way down to TP. So from the time you marked your candle out, you catch your TP in the day. But yeah, just for interest sake, I just want to see how prices gonna play out anyway. So let's see. I'm just letting it play out. I just want to see what it's gonna end up doing. Comes back, react off of those 4-hour key levels that we had seen. I want to see if it's gonna come up to the weekly here. I'll be checked out, but I'm just letting it play out. Just the fastest it can go, yeah. Okay. I just want to see it like hit here, which I doubt it will do, but let's just see. It's getting there. That's a weekly level. Let's just see. I doubt. Sure, now this is Jan. Let's just do this for the fun of it. Yeah, I don't come up to these levels, I doubt. Yeah, okay, now it's falling. So let's just see. Yeah, now it's falling. It's falling. Yeah, now let's just remove that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so ran right through these levels here. I just want to see how it reacts on the weekly. And this is days going past. So this is price action from the 13th of January 2025 to the 22nd. We spoke about that flip zone. Price broke below. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let me just go to continue playing. I just wanted to see like how price is going to react at the I wanted to see how it's going to react at these weekly levels, but it's fine. We get the point. We get why the key levels matter, and then we can go on. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's a weekly level, by the way. So let me just pause and come back to here. So this is one of the weekly levels. Let me just delete all of this. Oopsie. Let me just delete um, everything here. All right. And I'm just going to go to this weekly. So we can see on the weekly here, remember we had this bullish gap. You can see price, this on the weekly, price hit this and immediately rejected. And hence, when we're having a look at the 15 minute, I can then come here and say, okay, cool, let's look for buys. Say, for example, we look for buys here, buy, you know, and this is on the weekly. So we know if it's hitting it on the 15-minute, there's a chance or a likelihood that, no man, what am I doing? There's a likelihood price will then respect that level and end up, let's just target that over there, and then stop loss 361. Let's put stop loss here, and then yeah, see how it reacts off of that weekly level gone. Just want to see how far it's gonna go. That's just the 15-minute respecting that weekly support level. Let's just see. Obviously, in this case, TP would have been hit, but yeah, we just want to see why these support and resistance levels matter to us and why we use the higher time frame to sort of like show us what we want to see. And yeah, okay, end up getting worked out, it's fine, but you know, you can see also here again, 15 minutes reacting again at the same level. Obviously, there's liquidity that's resting here. That liquidity gets taken out, and I just want to play price forward just to see. And now our TP was somewhere around here, I think. I'm just gonna, okay, yeah, ends up falling even more. But yeah, the point is that level held for quite a while. Price came back, gave a nice rejection, pushed up, came to grab liquidity here. You can see liquidity in the form of this doji here. As you can see, nice rejection over there. And, after sweeping liquidity. So it's literally just liquidity, hunting liquidity the whole time. I just want to play it out and play it out just so that you can see price moving from one point of liquidity to another. There we go. Sweeping some more liquidity, creating an imbalance. Yeah. And let's see what it does. Could continue moving, but there's another area of liquidity. Let's just see what happens. And yeah, there's more liquidity above here as well. Yeah, plenty areas of liquidity. That's yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, there's another one here. Okay, yeah, but yeah, the point was just to see how price reacts at these areas. But yeah, this weekly level held very nicely. I just want to see it now come up here and see if it's going to reject for us. If it can hit this area here, then we can potentially look to sell. Bam, it hits it. Let's see. As you can see, it's going to hold for quite a while. You can see this weekly level is quite strong. It's holding its own, as you can see. So now, let me just pause and actually come back here to what I wanted to show initially in the example is seeing price reject right over here. Let's put the stop loss over here because it's all good. And then yeah, I'll just keep it there. Okay, just gonna let it play out. Tapped in, and then we just want to see how price behaves. But this is the weekly level that we had drawn out, and just look at how strong it holds in the 15 minutes. Obviously, you're waiting days because now we're in Feb, you know. But yeah, it just goes to show how strong these levels are. Remember, we were at this weekly here. It swept, it went here, and maybe we could look to target this one here, essentially. But yeah, you can see how strongly it is holding. Price struggled, just came here, swept liquidity, created some more liquidity that it can maybe potentially come to hunt later on. And yeah, obviously now this time is creating new support and resistance levels, but you know, quite a good ROI here. You can see prices falling, like essentially intraday buys and sells everywhere, but overall we're selling because we've hit this weekly, and we can look to target those weeklies down there. Oh, this area here, bam. So yeah, that's just how it goes. And this you hold from the 11th of Feb to the 20th. If it's a swing trade, make a lot of money and you're out. But yeah, learning curves, learning curves, learning curves.